Gail Bennington on maternity leave. And guess who's playing with her bunny rattle? Seems pretty young to have that kind of hand-eye coordination. Vito, I don't know where you ran into some kind of a jam there. I don't know what you were saying. The cult thing. What cult were you bringing up?
I was trying to say sex cult.
Yeah.
Because I didn't write sex cult down. Tried to add it at the last second, and I ran out of breath because I can't breathe out of my nose right now.
What is the name of the sex cult?
The Nexium sex
All right, take
cult.
your time. Sex cult is a tough thing for you to say.
The Nexium sex cult, and I said we're the Tums sex cult.
Ah.
Because Nexium is a stomach medication.
You gotta be careful with sex cult talk, you know?
Now that you say that?
Earl, did I ever even tell you that I went to school with this Brett Kavanaugh?
No.
Yeah. He came in my mouth. I don't know whether I should... Should I call somebody or just... You know what? I'm just not going to bring it up to anyone. And guess what? Like somebody was a pineapple eater. Sweet. This Nexium sex cult... that was your gimmick for a while. You were obsessed with that, weren't you, Chris?
Yeah, it was based in upstate New York. It was a guy who had it was funded by.
It was like the Tony Robbins of sex cults. Like it was all about business and corporate structure. And then he goes, "Oh, and by the way, I want all you girls to blow me."
Yeah. And then he had a couple of the Seagram's heirs, these two women that were in his cult. And then, yes, he had sex with all of them. He would brand them with his initials once they were inside his inner circle.
I would love to be a Seagram's Earl.
Oh, hell yeah. And so then he got busted, I think in Mexico, and then
in old Mexico.
In old Mexico way.
I thought once you passed the Rio Grande, you were safe. You ever notice that no one ever in those old cowboy movies, the Rio Grande was something you could ride your horse through. It was never, you know what I mean? It was like a creek more than a river.
That thing's huge.
The old Rio Grande. Trump said this is a very scary time for young men in America. True. Very scary time. They could be accused of anything. Earl, you could be accused for all we know. By the way, I was being ironic by saying that because normally you don't say the non-victims. It's a scary time for them. It's a very scary time for meth dealers in America. Cops are all over them right now.
I don't know why.
And they're always on the next stuff, like the burner phones. They'll still fucking be able to track them now.
That's troubling.
You saw The Wire. You saw how quick they were on that shit.
Get different SIM cards. I feel like that should keep me safe.
What were they selling on The Wire? Was it coke?
Heroin.
Everything was heroin.
It was all heroin. I don't think they were selling crack or coke. It was all heroin.
I wouldn't even know where to buy crack today. It's sad the way things change. Well, you know, trends.
2018.
You know, I don't know where to get bell bottoms either, Earl. I don't know. Things change. 844 Rock God. 844 Rock God. That's our phone number if you want to reach us on the telephone. That is Spanish for telephone. You're going to get, this is a show that hopefully you'll enjoy, but you just might learn something as well. Are we doing Ricky Gervais on Friday?
This Friday, 4 o'clock, Ricky Gervais will be airing.
Oh, it's good.
It's a great one.
Everybody had a good time with that one, didn't they?
It was fantastic.
Oh, you met with a new boss today before the show.
Yes, I did.
Did you find out the truth about you bums?
Believe
me, I ran you down during my meeting.
Why?
I like to take the heat off myself, Chris.
There's nothing else to talk about but how bad I am.
Not just you.
Okay.
Everybody. I explained to him how good I am.
Well,
I said, you guys are kind of messy. The truth was going to come out later. Why not me make a little, get a little chit on it? I told him that you were like an overweight SWAT team.
Oh,
I said they have the training, just not the natural ability. I saw this on the iBank today. I couldn't believe it. Young people are the loneliest people.
That's shocking to me.
Where would you put yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 of loneliness? Someone asked that of everybody.
I would say I'm like a 2 on loneliness.
You're not lonely at all.
I never get lonely.
How about you, Earl?
I'm gonna say like a 6.
6. You do get lonely. Vito, where are you? Lonely scale.
I'm like an 8.
Um.
I don't have anybody in my life but my friends. And then
Some people don't even have friends.
yeah, but I like have to reach out to my friends and stuff. Sometimes they're not even there for me. It's just Ian, really.
I would say this. I am lonely by my own design. I don't even know if I call it lonely, but I've always needed a certain amount of alone time.
Yeah, I like alone time. Like I feel like if you're lonely, that means you're alone, but want to hang out with people, but can't.
Yeah, but the thing is, you wish you were the kind of person that liked to be around people more. I just don't. I got out of the cab yesterday. The guy was running by and asked me for a selfie. And it was the sweatiest selfie I've ever been involved in my life. I had to stand behind him, you know how to get both of you in the picture?
Yeah.
And he was just covered in sweat. He was really running hard. It wasn't like when Vito pretends he's jogging.
That's all a ruse.
But I was really going like this. Man, I hope the selfie doesn't go out. They're just going to think I hang around with really fucking sweat-covered dudes. Earl, you're the realest, loneliest person, huh? That we have. Like Vito, no one believes him in his thing. It's more of a self-center. But what are you looking for, Earl?
No, well, like all of my friends are
Dead?
Some are.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, some
No,
are.
I believe it. Sickle cell is a fucking terrible disease.
Some are, but they're all like they have families. They
went on with their life. They went on to the next thing while you stayed Peter Pan.
And the things that I like to do, like photography is kind of a lonely thing sometimes.
Well, also now that everybody has a camera, nobody's even impressed with photography. I remember when every year there would almost be like a picture of the year, the way there is like a movie of the year. You know what I mean? There would be some picture where we said, "Oh my God, grab this moment in time." And that's very rare for that to happen. Everybody's taking pictures, but there's very rare to have that picture that just amazes us.
Yeah, the only 2 that I can think of off the top of my head was the one from the Baltimore riots.
I don't even think I know this picture.
It made the cover of Time magazine. It was.
I don't see Time magazine. That's the problem.
It was an Instagram shot.
Okay, an Instagram shot. No,
that became the cover of Time magazine.
Right.
And
okay.
Then,
find me that, would you?
And then the Cosby mugshot. That
meant nothing to me except for why doesn't he get those things scraped off his face?
He has the money.
I guess he thinks it's gonna hurt. Oh no, he shaves.
I bet he waxes.
Hey Chris, New Orleans. Chris.
Run it B.
Hey man.
I got a Bennington barometer for you today, brother.
Okay.
Which Black Girl song do you like the best? The Bajibi one or the Joe Kumia one?
Well, they're both pretty fantastic. And I also love Peace Hode. Mainly because that was based on myself. But Brother Joe's thing has stayed in my mind for many, many years. And it gave me a great deal of joy when it came. We needed that song, Earl, with everything that was crashing around us. So I'm going to say that's not only my favorite of all of them, but it's my favorite parody song of all time. And that, that includes Eat It. Another one rides the bus.
All about the Pentiums.
King of Suede. I mean, these are all great songs.
I forgot about Peace Hold. That was a classic.
Peace Hold. But they're all great. But GB is an unbelievable song.
Was that Sleeves?
Yeah, Sleeves. Sleeves is writing for a TV show now.
Cool.
Yeah. And not too long ago, I got a couple middle of the night drunk emails from him that didn't make sense. And then like a 7 o'clock saying like, just disregard everything. And I go, I never, I don't judge. But I can't think of the name of it. It's like a Russian spy thing.
The
It's
Americans?
on what?
The Americans?
No. I think it's on Prime.
Is it the Man in the High Castle?
No. That's German Nazis. That's if the Nazis won the war. And a lot of times they sit around today, and I believe they have. Can't find it, Chris?
I see something called Sophia.
No, you're thinking of an Italian film star.
The Romanovs?
No,
Conrad the Detective.
Comrade detective.
Comrade Detective.
no. I saw that thing. It's fucking. I believed it at first. They said it was a found 80s TV show. It was a lie.
Patriot.
That's it. The Patriot.
Nice gig if you can get it.
Well, gigs are nice, aren't they, Earl? Is there a bad gig? So we're just hanging out here today. It's let me go up to this call, but I'm having trouble with this right now. Let me try it again. Hey, Matt, Michigan. Matt, what do you got?
Yeah, I just wanted to say the last iconic photo I can really remember is that couple that was kissing in the street after the Vancouver riots back in like 2011 or something like that.
I don't remember
After the
this at
Stanley
all. Do you, Earl?
No, I don't.
I remember. They're like laying on the ground kissing.
Yeah,
Hot.
Yeah, it was pretty sexy.
with SWAT teams right behind them.
I would say this: "Get a room" is what I would yell during the riot, and then everybody would laugh. All right, let me see. Make it as big as you can, Earl. And by that I mean your penis. That's like a movie scene, right?
Yeah, it was crazy when it came out.
Like a weird, we don't even believe this movie scene. Let's try the Black Girl song for everybody. Listen to this tune.
I was born and raised in New York City, in a housing project way up in the hood. I dressed in dark clothing, so folks started calling me Black Girl. Oh, and they used to laugh about it, cause deep down they knew they called me that, cause I was as black as soot. I've always been a lazy man, a couch potato with a clicker in my hand. See, motivation I never had, hid in the shadows when the boss got mad. For 20 years I never got a raise. I'm 33 and I never been late. I look busy but I'm not, I'm just walking around. I pick up some papers and I put them back down. One day I'm gonna stop paying my rent, live in a refrigerator box, never get out of bed. I'm Black Girl, a genuine lazy bum. I'll always make it through hard times at any W. Then one day some lame brains came and took O&A away. And at the age of 33, I felt like I was carrying the weight of the whole station on my shoulders. And Ron and Fez knew what I was going through. Every morning I'd unlock the door, lay down and I'd sleep a little more. Then I put away the bedroom key. Everybody was depending on me. I eat a chicken wing with lemonade. Lord, give me strength to make another day. Times I felt I couldn't go on. Push a button, throw a switch, answer the phone. Got lost in the van, I did my PSAs. 10 minutes work, gonna take me all day. I'm Black Girl, a genuine lazy bum. I'll always make it through hard times at any W. I could hear Scotzo say, Black Girl, you're a genuine lazy bum. You'll always make it through hard times at any W. Ken and Jeremy say, Black Girl, you're a genuine lazy bum.
Also nice to see Ken and Jeremy to get a name check there. The GM and PD at that time. Earl, I want you to write down on a scale 1 to 10 what you think that one gets in terms, because I want you to pick the best of all the Black Girl songs, right?
I will put that in out of the 3, number 2.
No, oh, he went so far to say that that's not the winner.
Wow.
All right, so let's go to Bajibi next. Bajibi. Now, this I think, I don't know why we said this, how you got this nickname. But I think it was tied in with like a Pixar thing or a Disney movie.
It was a cartoon type thing.
Yeah, it was going to be like you were a cartoon character, but was like in a very Lion King kind of way.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a listen to this one, Earl. G-Man, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, one thing that's a classic that I like is Earl's slave name, Bujibi.
Bajibi, what do you think of the noise?
Bajibi.
Huh?
My name is not Bajibi.
Mm-hmm. It is now.
I thought that's what people were calling you.
Oh, my friends, amazing, true. I have here for your pleasure a lemon jambu. He don't name Bajibi, but he'll answer to Sapphire for breezy or Shabuti too. The show's about to start. I'll take the ticket from you.
Oh, Bajibi, will you ever win?
Down in the valley of the serpents and lies, long before I found him, I was certain. Oh, my G-Man, I'll leave the jungle bare with the machete to the fire, burn the jungle down to the dirt. I know my G-Man. Then Bajibi came flying through the fine memories. My crackers up the tower, I load him.
Bajibi, what did you see? Your eyes are as big as saucers.
Oh, my G-Man, I got Bajibi singing hallelujah, hallelujah. I got Bajibi counting 1, 2, 3. I got Bajibi singing hallelujah, hallelujah. I got Bajibi doing ABC. I got Bajibi singing hallelujah, hallelujah. I got Bajibi counting 1, 2, 3.
You don't have to take that shit.
And I won't. My name was not Bajibi ever.
You should try it for a while. Just see how it works out.
Fuck it. Ron and Fez show. Hey, Fezzy. Bajibi. Boomba. Earl, since we already have a number 2, I'm not going to have you say out loud what your favorite is. Chris wants to jump in about the iconic pictures of this time. Go ahead, Chris. Chris, we got you? Let me try you again. Chris.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. He's gone. All right. I want to jump back into the other thing on. So there's one more song to play. One of these will be the greatest Black Girl song ever, and the other will come in at a distant third. Let's take a listen. Now, this song was about the fact that when you broke into radio, you were a receptionist first.
Yeah, I believe I was the first and only male receptionist at WNEW.
So you were at the Bailey Quarters there. What was the blonde's name? That was the.
It was Jennifer Marlowe.
Okay. All right. Let's take a listen to WNEW Peace Hold. Dr. Death, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, man. I'm a forensic psychologist, and I deal with murderers and rapists and child molesters every day, and Earl scares the shit out of me.
Eddie W. Peace Hold. This is Earl. This is the Earl we know.
No, but she keeps. No, I mean, I let.
Right, Earl?
N-E-W-P's hold. N-E-W-P's hold. N-E-W-P's hold. N-E-W-P's hold.
Scott Mooney, call him 5. Scott Mooney, call him 5. Eddie W. Peace Hold.
Why don't you just kick that redhead fucker's ass?
Believe me, there are times I've been wanting to drop him for a long time, but I would get arrested.
I'm a fuck up, Fez.
Dave, one more time.
Don't touch me.
Here he goes. Oh, here he comes.
Don't touch me. Oh, he's choking him.
What the fuck did I just do? Oh, God. What the hell have I done?
Eddie W. Peace Hold. Earl,
I will not be killing, molesting, or raping anyone.
I'm not trying to kill you. Nope.
N-E-W-P's ho. N-E-W-P's ho. N-E-W-P's ho. N-E-W-P's ho.
Mike and Lip again. He's holding his wrist. He's holding his shoulders to his side. Somehow, he's hurt himself, viciously attacking Dave. How's your wrist?
It's a little sore. Shoulder too.
If you broke your wrist, I'll never stop laughing.
N-E-W-P's ho.
Boy, I forgot how much you and Dave used to physically fight.
I think I only choked them out. Only choked them out.
Yeah,
twice.
you can't tell that to HR. At one time, he lost consciousness. And that weird laugh that he'd have while he was being choked. He's a real bottom, our Dave.
Yeah,
he
likes pain.
enjoys that sexual humiliation. I think I know, Earl, before you do this, but what is your number one?
My number one is Bajibi.
Bajibi.
Wow.
You feel the same way, Chris?
It's Brother Joe's song all the way for me.
Oh, it is for you?
Yeah, Bajibi number 2.
Bajibi is like, Brother Joe's song was great because it tells the story of NEW and all that. But Bajibi is just like musically genius.
Yeah, and I think he had like a night to put it together.
Yeah.
too.
That should have showed up on Peter Gabriel's So album. I mean, it was cultural appropriation, don't get me wrong, but it was brilliant. NEW So.
And I think when he sent it over, he made multiple mixes of it too, which is even crazier.
Yeah, he's a talented guy. I'm gonna watch The Patriot tonight. I watched the first season. I never know when second seasons come out. Everybody's always so excited about the first season of everything. I'm finally getting into the second season of Ozark. Scared shitless.
I haven't touched it yet.
Dude, it's a horrifying show.
I know. The
Just
first season was great.
Horror.
Is that the Jason Bateman show?
Yeah, Jason Bateman. He's still acting like Jason Bateman, but he's just around one redneck Mexican murder after another. It's just fucking talking about skinning his kids. And I'm like, why am I want this fucking horrible family to get away? These people are horrible. Even the children.
Why are they skinning their own children?
They're not skinning their own children. I'm not going to fucking say spoiler alert here, but somebody else wants to skin their children.
It's a classic.
So funny when something gets stuck in your head like that.
We're still saying hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. I got Bajibi going 1, 2, 3. It's fucking brilliant.
Funny dude. Really funny dude.
And he even brings up your other name, Shabuti.
And Sapphire.
Yeah, you were only called Sapphire for a short period of time. That's something in wrestling that fucking Vito doesn't even remember.
No.
But Vito was like a recent wrestling guy.
He knows nothing.
He has no idea the history of wrestling.
He knows nothing about Sapphire, the greatest of all time.
Somebody told me that Dusty and Sapphire didn't even like each other. Oh, I hear shit. Don't believe me. I got my fucking finger, my finger to my ear to the ground.
Who wouldn't like Dusty? He seemed like the most.
I don't know. I think maybe he had a drink or two, Earl. I'm not going to lie to you. He had that Kavanaugh gene that we all kind of get.
Like the party?
He likes beer.
Did you see when Kavanaugh, they said that he started a fight at a UB40 concert? That's a pretty mellow affair normally.
What's crazy is that outside of all the covers, because their biggest hits were all covers.
Right.
Labor of Love was all covers out. They're basically a political band. They're left leaning. You know, that's
probably what the fight came from.
They figured out what they were singing about.
Yeah, like enough of this shit.
UB4. Everybody's mellow as hell in that show.
Yeah, you would think everybody be laid back. Doesn't always work that way. Yeah.
He had a couple dozen beers.
I saw someone get knocked the fuck out at a Carly Simon show. That was fucking surprising. Right during Nobody Does It Better. I'm like, what is there to fight about? And then I found out it was like the James Bonds, which was the best, which was the worst. Does every single human think that Sean Connery is the best James Bond?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I'll never see one fucking poll where he's not. And here's the thing. I don't think I've ever made it through a Sean Connery movie. I know I never went to the theater to see one. And when I see one on TV, I watch it for a little while. And I'm like, hey, look at those cars. Look at those suits. Oh, wait, this is stupid. And I just tap out. I cannot believe that's got to be the longest running franchise of all time, right?
Like 57 years. It'll be 57. Isn't another one coming out next year?
Yeah, I think they're always going to keep coming out.
The Pierce Brosnan ones were truly awful. Like I think people really liked them at the time, but they're really, really bad.
Well, that's what they say. They're like James Bond is its time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now, the new James Bond is about him getting caught up in the Me Too movement. And if you watch some of the old James Bonds, he should. He's basically a rapist in a couple of them, and a girl killer.
They're not rewatchable. Not now. There was a movie I watched as a kid called Space Ice Pirates that I watched over and over and over again. I remember going to a video store telling my dad, we need to rent this movie again. We have to watch it. And I watched it again as an adult. And it was such utter garbage and trash that I don't know why I liked it so much as a kid.
Why are you bringing this up during the James Bond discussion?
I just thought,
how did we get to Ice Pirates? We were like gentlemen sitting around having scotch and some cigars. And the next thing, I'm hearing about his love of Ice Pirates. A movie, quite frankly, I've never heard of. These are pirates that skated?
They're pirates that were looking for water because in the future there was no water. So like they were trying to get ice because that was like so that people could drink water. Robert Ulrich starred.
It doesn't sound like a pirate thing to do.
I mean, that's what the state of piratery was in the future.
Yeah, but they're trying to get it so good people can drink water?
I believe so, from what I can remember of the plot.
That's not a pirate. A pirate does things for purely selfish reasons. Yours are leaning more towards a Robin Hood type. Good guys doing what needs to be done. So this movie that you saw, Butt Pirates, who did you identify with most? The bottom?
I identify with Robert Ulrich.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Is Robert Ulrich dead?
Yes.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Glenn in North Carolina.
Ronnie B., I have never been to New York City, and I was thinking about planning my very first trip to New York City around the Bennington family Thanksgiving. I was wondering if you guys have a date for that yet.
We do have a date. We haven't started. Here's what came out. Chris, this was supposed to be your baby, right?
Yes.
And we've had zero work done on it. You said because the other guys haven't picked stuff up and you've been stuck.
Yes.
Vito, is there any way I could get you and Earl to start working on things so Chris can work on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Earl and I should be doing stuff that Chris takes over.
All right. Or you should just be handing your paycheck to Chris.
No, I don't want to hand Chris my
What's the
paycheck.
date so he knows the date?
November 13th is the date.
November 13th is the date. Now, here's the smart thing to do. We have a VIP list that we normally, we're going to announce things there for the hardcores before we announce anywhere else, because that's the best way to make sure people who really like stuff get to go. And Thanksgiving, everybody wants to go to.
And to get on that list, go to BenningtonShow.com and fill out the pop-out that pops up on the screen. And put your name and your email address. That's how you get on the list. BenningtonShow.com.
Awesome. I'll book a flight.
All right, buddy. Well, I hope, book your flight. I hope you get tickets. The problem we had, Earl, and you were there last year, last year's show was so great. How could we possibly beat it? That's the problem. Now, other people are saying to me, you don't have to beat it. Just do a show. I go, yeah, but if I see disappointment, you know what I mean? Like I liked last year because everybody loved it. Do you have a design for the new Thanksgiving shirt?
Not yet. No.
Do you know the date today?
Yes, October 2nd. I'm well aware. I know.
You know when we said we were going to start working on this?
Yes, months ago.
June.
Yes.
All right. In New York City. ¿Qué pasa, New York?
It's going to be my first one. I'm excited.
Well, you were there last year, Earl. You came out.
Yeah, I was there for the last couple, but
What'd you do, a street joke last year?
I did a street joke last year, and then one year I did a failed attempt at comedy.
I don't think so, Earl. I think you killed. I think you murdered it.
He's mixing up the match game he did and Comedy 101 right now.
What did we do with the Hard Rock? It was in the New York room.
We've done both. We've done match game and 101.
Okay, you're correct. I did a joke at the cellar.
All right, so you did match game there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did match game in the New York room.
No one knows the name of that as the New York room. I've known it. I've done a lot of shows there. I didn't know it was called the New York room.
No, the Hard Rock we called the New York room. That was a small
I
room.
don't work at the Hard Rock. You know? That's the thing you got to remind yourself of, Earl. I'm just a regular guy. I'm just a regular, ordinary guy.
This will be fun to work, to be
Work blue?
No, just
You
work.
still got to seat people, Earl. You can't get out of that. I didn't know this. He barely ever sees Johnny at work.
I know that either. I thought they were
Johnny's crabbing, he said, all the time.
night crabbing, huh?
He's day, I'm night.
Night and day, you are the one. Maybe we'll have you and Johnny sing that. Night and day. Everyone's just fucking staring at the two of you.
Why are these two singing Cole Porter?
Yeah. These guys are really into the 40s. Kanye is trying to put together a Trump and Colin Kaepernick meeting. Kanye is trying to do the thing that no one has asked for, and no one thinks these two guys would come up. There's no way that Trump would say, yes, let me talk to this guy when he does so good at making, attacking the NFL. And then Snoop Dogg, and I'm glad for Vito to hear this. Snoop Dogg called Kanye an Uncle Tom. Worse, though. He added the word that I'm not allowed to say,
Yeah,
but you can.
yeah.
Now, you agreeing with that, Earl? Like Uncle Tom's Cabin, that stands for.
I don't know about Uncle Tom. I mean, personally, I think Kanye needs medical care. I don't think he's right in the head.
I forget who I was saying that about recently, too, when everybody was there was somebody else. Maybe it was a Lindsay Lohan that obviously seems to be a sick person, or I can't remember who the fuck I was talking about with it.
Was it Richie Incognito?
No, I think he's fine. He just does a couple crazy things. So you wouldn't call him an Uncle Tom? Would you call him an Aunt Jemima?
No, I wouldn't call it an Aunt Jemima. The old logo or the new one. Remember they tried to remake her?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They tried to remake it.
It was least racist when it was like old school. Then you were just like, okay, this is something from the past.
Yeah, and when they tried to remake, I think she had like a Jerry curl or something like
yeah, and it still had to do rag though. And you're just like, why is she doing this? Why is she making pancakes all the time? And Jemima pancakes without the syrup. That's like the spring without the fall. And if there's one thing worse in this universe, that's no Aunt Jemima at all.
This is the old logo.
Yeah.
That's the new one.
I think
that was the attempted new one.
Yeah. And now that they just cut it off completely and they just have a young millennial sitting there smoking a cigarette.
They're vaping.
Oh God. and it's sold tons.
Oh, first of all, it's delicious. Let's just be honest about that. No matter what you're calling it.
We were in Aunt Jemima house.
Of course, you're an American, Chris. If you lived outside of America, you're like, I'm sorry, this is so offensive. I can't even try it.
Like this one is. Oh.
Let me jump into the here's Josh. Josh, what do you got, buddy?
That person that you were talking about, that you're saying that needs mental help.
Yes.
I believe you were talking about Roseanne Barr.
You are 100% correct. When everybody was talking about Roseanne Barr, I said, just get her some help. Pretty good prize closet for you. This is a pretty good prize. We got all those drops that you were looking for, Chris. The pretty good prize drops and all that.
Don't have them on me right now.
Did you tell your new boss you refuse to do production?
I did
I
not.
think that would have been a great way to open the meeting.
First
Let's
and
get
foremost.
something straight. I'm going to need a little sweet and salt.
Got
My
it.
energy is fucking shot. I was out at the cellar until incredibly late last night. And then this is the worst thing. I get home and I'm like, oh, fuck. I don't have my keys with me.
Oh, shit.
And I despise waking up my chick. I think it's the fucking worst thing that you could possibly do. So I just, like Fred Flintstone, I crawled up next to a big old house cat, slept till 6 o'clock in the morning, slept out on the street. I put a sign to myself that said, don't worry, I'm homeless. Because you notice, like, if you lay down, people would bother you, but a homeless person, they leave alone. That's what bugs me. And that's no Aunt Jemima at all. I've gotten away from the Aunt Jemima syrup, and I like pure maple syrup. And I think at one time it was like early on pure maple syrup, and now it's that fake stuff. But I find it to be an incredible difference to get that pure maple syrup from either New England or, I hate to say this, Canada. I know we got rid of NAFTA and there's a whole new thing going on, but good pure maple syrup. Where you, Earl? You like artificial everything, right? That's your deal.
No, I'm the exact opposite. I'm trying to go as real as I can, as raw as I can, like with sugar.
You just have cane sugar.
Yeah,
You'll take a piece of cane sugar and just stick it right into your iced tea.
Like when I drink juice, I try to find like actual real. A lot of juice isn't actually juice. It's like water and sugar.
Like, are you telling me that the concentrated juice is not actual fruit? What I do is I put a little spigot into an orange and just fucking pour it directly into my cup. And I go like this. I'm a good person now. I know all the vitamins are in the pulp, but I'm throwing those out.
I love artificial cherry flavor. I'm not going to lie.
Artificial what?
Cherry. Artificial cherry is by far the fucking most delicious thing to me.
What do you eat it in?
I'll drink it like a cherry Coke or a cherry Pepsi. That cherry flavor.
Yeah, but here's where I'm going to say I disagree with you. Unless you're having a straight cherry, I don't think that you just like a tinge of artificial cherry. I think a person who sits down and drinks a nice cherry, that's something. Now, I think that this is, well, come on in, Vinay. I see Vinay just stopped in here. It's always great to see him. Vinay, here's an interesting thing, a topic I was about to get into. Thanks for keeping everything as far away from me as you can. Take a seat. Take a seat. You're not going to be good in the service industry. Take a seat. Now, how can it be? Like if we had a blindfold over our eyes. And by the way, Earl, if you get a chance to meet Vinay, Vinay is a young comedian / entrepreneur / intern. He's taken this
multi-talented.
Yeah, he's taken the 5 boroughs by storm. He's already won Staten Island. He's made a lot of inroads into the Bronx, and he's looking at Manhattan now. Now, if we were blindfolded, all of us would be able to taste the cherry and then say, that's cherry. And then have artificial cherry, like a sweet tart or something, and go, oh, that's cherry. They don't taste the same, but we simply and easily call them cherry. Same with orange soda. Doesn't taste like orange juice. It's a different taste. Orange candies, but we go, that's orange.
We define flavor by color.
Yet, I'm telling you that we could do it blindfolded. Like, there is an artificial banana that tastes nothing like a banana. And yet we call them both banana, and we could both do it easily.
And there's also like artificial green apple. It also doesn't taste nothing like a green apple.
Well, here's the thing I've told you a long time ago. God doesn't make those little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. Another Mac Davis song I'm coming in with, Earl. But do you see where I'm coming at with this? Or is everybody like, can you follow me? These are two different flavors that any of us can recognize, and yet
We call it the same thing.
call it the same thing. And none of us feel like I'm living a lie here.
It's like when we were raised, you know, the medicine we had, it was all like that cherry syrup flavor.
I love that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We all loved it. We grew up on it, and then we just got used to that same syrup when they put in like Starburst.
If I could actually just have an adult thing that tasted like baby aspirin, I would order it instead of steak. I would just say, bring me the giant baby aspirin dish that you have.
I think it's called lean.
Boop, boop, bip, boop, 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 boop. John, South Carolina.
Good afternoon, Bennington. Liquid smoke. We use it down here in the Carolinas and on everything.
Why do you do that? Because you don't want to take the time for real smoke?
Too lazy.
So the Carolinas are the liquid smoke thing.
Use it a lot down here in their cooking. A lot in the rice dishes. They always throw a couple of teaspoons of liquid smoke in there.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Bobby in Strong Island.
Hey, what's up there, Ronnie D?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, real quick about those artificial flavors like the banana. Apparently, that banana flavor you eat in candy is actually what bananas used to taste like.
I've heard that before.
You know, through growing them, we've changed it, the real flavor.
Yeah, that the bananas that we have now are not the original bananas, because the original bananas are smaller and all that, and they're a little kind of browner and dirtier. And we went for a clean, tasteless banana. We wanted to have a good look, last a long time. But you can't say the same about cherries, right? And why does artificial cherry does not taste like when you're biting into a cherry? Now, when we were up in Montreal, they had the tiniest little fucking strawberries. I mean, like the nail on your pinky. And I'm like, what is this shit? And they were so goddamn delicious that I almost killed myself out of pure pleasure. I had a knife and I'm going, if I bite into this little strawberry, stab myself in the neck, I will leave this earth happy. And that's what I always worry about with death. I don't want to leave unhappy.
Were they sweeter?
They were sweeter. They were strawberry-er. They were just fantastic. And I'm a bit like, I believe in buying the strawberry at the time that you're supposed to locally. June is strawberry month here on the East Coast. But in Florida, February is strawberry month. I follow the sun. I follow the seasons like the ancient Native Americans would do. I follow the shad up and down the river. That's how I live my life. Tim, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, God didn't make little green apples. That's not Mac Davis. That's O.C. Smith.
Didn't Mac Davis sing the song?
I don't think so.
All right, let's look into it before. If he's correct, Earl, he gets a prize closet for these cowards afraid to correct me. If he's wrong, I pull a switch and he falls through the floor to the depths of hell. Earl, what do you have?
Bobby Ross.
We got Little Green Apples by Mac Davis.
Well, that's what I was singing, right?
Yeah, that was the song you were singing.
Play the
No,
song,
God
Earl,
didn't
by
make
Mac
little
Davis.
green apples. It don't rain in Indianapolis.
Play it, Earl. God damn it, Earl. Don't just sit there. Play the goddamn song. All right,
In the morning with my hair down in my eyes and she said,
That's Mac Davis, right?
Yeah. Well, get to the hook, girl.
and I stumbled to the breakfast table while the kids are going off to school. Goodbye.
How long's this take?
And she reaches out and takes my hand and squeezes it and says, how you feeling, hon?
You seen
Well,
this
Matt
video?
Davis was sick at this point in his life.
Now look across at smiling lips that warm my heart and see my
What is this video?
Yeah, people can't say it. Listen.
And if that's not loving me,
listen closely, Tim, to the hook.
then all I've got
I know
to say, God didn't make me green apples. And
Tim, how do you feel right now?
Summertime.
Like the worst person who's ever lived? Because that's how you're coming across. Sean, what's up, buddy? Sean.
Yeah, Ron, have
buddy.
you ever had a grapple?
The only grappling I know is when I make Vito and Chris wrestle naked for my own pleasure.
Well, this is about as disgusting. They've man playing God. They've crossed an apple that actually tastes like a grape.
A grapple. We are playing God right now. And one day, God will wash the humans off this planet. All except for me and my family and our ark. Ronnie's Ark. That's going to be the name of it, Earl. And guess what? You're coming along.
Thank you.
Can I get on that ark?
The bad news is, Earl, it's your job to clean up after the animals.
Okay.
You are a person that your belief in the Bible, you actually believe in Noah's Ark, right? We've had this discussion before.
It's part of the Old Testament, yes.
Yes, but you believe that it actually happened, that there was a giant boat with two of every living creature.
I mean, it's plausible, very plausible.
Do you believe or not?
Yes.
Because the last thing that it is plausible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can say whatever your faith is, but there's no way we could do that today with our technology.
They just found two platypuses
Like, you
in
could
Israel.
I mean, yeah, we
But
could.
you, but the boat,
smallest.
the boat would have to be enormous. You know what I mean?
The flood definitely happened, though.
Let Earl handle this because I'm more interested in the person who believes. Now, what makes you think the flood happened?
Well, in all cultures, they have like a great flood, right?
Yeah.
You know, they have like one that like wiped out the world, and some hero had to go on an ark.
First of all,
save the civilization.
I don't know what other culture we would pay attention to than our own Judeo-Christian culture. Now, Earl, how big do you think this ark was?
I couldn't even put a size on it. I really couldn't. I mean, it would have to be
as big as Delaware.
I don't know if it's as big as Delaware, but
but how big then? County size?
I don't know.
Bergen
like,
County? And why didn't the animals attack each other?
I couldn't tell you, but you know.
That's why plausible is a tough one, Earl. And where did they shit?
Into the river, I guess.
The river. Now it's a river. God
made the ocean, the water.
It would be the endless ocean. So what'd they do? Hang their asses off the side of it all? That's some trained animals. Or do you think God said, do not shit? Please. Do not shit.
It's not healthy.
Here is Kevin in Houston.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Right, B, there is a flavor of ice cream if you have never really noticed or thought about it, but you cannot make a grape-flavored ice cream. Something happens whenever you freeze grapes and add cream to them, and it actually makes them poisonous.
Makes them worse?
Well, that too.
Well, there's no orange ice cream, right? Or lemon ice cream? We have that?
Sherbet, orange sherbet.
Yeah, but
Lime
sherbet is in there's grape water ice. No, he's just panicking. He's diving out of it. I thought this was the opening of a discussion, sir. Not a chance for you to ride by, scream something at us, and leave us alone with this thought. I mean, we were having elephants shitting off the side of an ark the size of Delaware. Do you think there was TVs in there, Earl?
No TVs.
Why?
I don't know.
If God is going to fucking do that, he might as well also put TVs in. Let me check with Vinay and see if the other cultures had TVs. What other cultures are you talking about?
No, they just
you
said
suddenly know what
abacuses.
the Aborigines did?
No,
What cultures?
the Hindus had it, and
the Hindus also had like a six-legged elephant, right?
Yeah, that's more plausible as a god.
Everybody loves that thing. You ever notice that? Like
Ganesh.
wherever you go, there's like Ganesh stuff because he seems more friendly and more like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Are you a Hindu?
Yeah, Ganesh is my god.
Okay. All right. Now, what do you do with Ganesh?
He's supposed to be like the remover of obstacles.
Uh-huh.
So you're supposed to pray to him.
Do you?
Yeah, I try to,
What is your prayer to Ganesh? How would that go?
I pray to keep my thoughts healthy.
Mm-hmm. You have a lot of unhealthy thoughts.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot of toxic thoughts.
Cutting yourself?
Not myself.
Yeah, cutting others.
Probably.
Okay. Scary Hindu on aisle 3? Scary Indo. Aisle 3. Let's go over here to Darren in Kentucky. Darren.
Hey, Ronnie, I was going to tell you, here in Kentucky, a gentleman has built a Noah's Ark park, and I'm actually going there Saturday for the first time. My wife's dragging me with the kids. But
sounds like fun, though. I would go.
Oh, yeah, but it supposedly it's massive. I'm sure you can find it online and get the numbers for it, but they say it is just huge.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Peace. Mateo last night was telling me that there was a gay TV show called Noah's Ark when he was younger. And it was 4 black guys. Do you know this, Earl?
No.
Yeah. He was very adamant about it. And then guess what was his favorite fucking bat show? Oz. He was crazy about Oz. Holy shit, that's a big ark, girl. You think that's big enough?
That is pretty big.
I saw a documentary about this. They have dinosaurs inside there.
Oh. Earl, do you think there were dinosaurs in the ark?
I doubt it.
Do you think there were dinosaurs?
I don't think about these things. I really don't, but I doubt it.
I thought you were a believer.
I am a believer. I don't think about the little logistics about it.
Do you think the Earth is 6,000 years old?
I think it's millions of years old.
So a lot of times in your prayers, you go like this: God, why does the Bible lie to us?
Well, that's just that particular period. I don't know if it's about.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly it's millions of years old.
But the Bible says no.
Well, that's just the particular people who were writing at the time.
So they were wrong about that.
When the Bible was written at that particular time,
people were stupid.
They weren't stupid.
Yeah. They didn't know the world out. They didn't know what
fucking babbling shit. Richard in Florida.
It's all down from polio.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You ever had those Plant City strawberries? Did you talk about that already?
My friend, not only have I had their strawberries, I've been to the Plant City Festival, Strawberry Festival.
Yeah.
And enjoyed myself quite a bit.
They have a good product, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of tricks to buying strawberries.
Well, give me some of these tricks. I'm interested to know.
Well, there's a method of packing them called top pack. You've probably seen it. They're in the little green baskets, and then they pack them into a tray-like thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those are the higher quality strawberries generally. The ones that come in the plastic clamshells are not.
That's the shit that fucking Chris eats.
Yup.
Well, it's just to get the other ones, you have to go to a farm market generally.
Man, that's where I go. That's even where I go from a weed. Andrew, chicken in the car won't go. Chicago, my kind of town, a toddling town, the windy city, the second city, the hard butcher to the world, the city with a lot of nicknames, Chicago. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Ronnie.
Hey.
I was calling about the banana Laffy Taffy as the best artificial flavor.
I've always found the artificial banana to be the tastiest of all artificial flavors. Earl, what do you like? Melon?
Considering I can't eat bananas.
You can't.
I'm allergic.
Or won't.
I'm allergic to bananas.
No one's allergic to bananas. It's a perfect fucking fruit.
I've had the times I've had it, my face completely blew up. I started vomiting violently.
And we're going to do it on the show.
No.
You're going to eat 3 bananas.
No, I'm not.
Because I don't think anything's going to happen.
No.
I got a 20 that says I'm right.
I've had, it was very scary. I couldn't breathe. It was
That's scary.
No, I was like, no.
You're fine. It's a fucking fruit.
No,
Who
that was
can't eat a
delicious.
fruit?
It's good for you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad one.
You got to work through it, Earl.
But now I don't work. No, that was.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sneak banana stuff all around you, all the time. Who are you looking at, Earl? Just coming by.
No, I was just trying to figure who it was.
Yeah. So what do you want? Bananas?
No.
Can you have artificial bananas? Does that scare you?
That experience, that was as close to the first time I actually it felt close to death. I was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
I've had two experiences where I was very.
Have you had it in cereal though? I'm sure it'd
No.
be fine that way.
Never had it.
Banana extract, banana pudding. These are all good things.
You want some banana pudding?
I do.
I love banana pudding.
Me too. They have great banana pudding right across the street too. What's the name of that little place?
Magnolia.
Oh, Magnolia's banana pudding. Whoa, it's the best thing in the world.
Chris, what are you waiting for? We having a banana pudding party today?
We could have a banana.
And everyone's going to throw. Can we just throw pudding at you, Earl? We'll put it in spoons and just shoot it your way. Would you try at least some banana pudding?
I tried.
Just
bananas. He can't.
5 fucking spoons.
No.
Just a little. Just a little, Earl.
Oh, but deep. Let's go over here to Brian. Brian, what's up? You're on Bennington.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, about this ARC thing, I understand the basic animals, but what about like fish? Did Noah have like an aquarium and pH balance? You have saltwater fish.
He didn't
lake
even
fish.
have to do that because it was like a magical thing. But yes, there was an aquarium in the Ark. Am I correct about that, Earl?
Nope, there's an
Was there
aquarium.
actually a pH balance?
not
Yeah, what about
there.
humidity?
This
What about
is the
pearl dragon?
dawning of the age of aquarium.
Yeah, exactly. What about the shit at the bottom of the sea that's like all the way at the bottom?
Like
You take
fungi?
down for that? Yeah, like those things with the lights on their head.
I would say this: if Noah was putting spiders on the Ark, I'd say then I'm getting off. This gives us our
Exactly.
chance, Noah, to get rid of spiders. Let's do it.
Not a big spider guy.
Who is? Who likes? You like spiders?
Not particularly. I'm just.
Do you?
shocked that
What would
didn't
you
like
rather
spiders.
do? Sleep in a tank of spiders or eat a single banana?
Give me the spiders because I
Really? Would you eat a spider before
Really?
banana? A live
I
spider?
would not eat a live spider. I would not gonna eat a live spider or a live banana. No.
How about a big tree spider?
No. Ugh.
Don't we like swallow like 6 spiders a year in our sleep?
Go to Snopes. That's a lie, Vinay. That's another white man's lie to fuck with you.
Fake news, Vinay.
Look, I was down in Florida. There would be spiders as big as a fucking catcher's mitt.
Good God.
I killed a spider, and I was looking in its big eyes where I did it. And his eyes were as large as yours, Earl.
Jeez. What'd you kill it with?
I killed it with a broom handle. Just fucking just jam it down. And then the whole time, like there was spider juice coming up. Like, you motherfucker, the fuck out of here. It's like Apocalypse Now. when you're living in Florida, it's the same as living in Apocalypse Now. There's no fucking difference. You're just laying under that fucking fan. I'm like this back. Plant City for the fucking Strawberry Festival. Rednecks are out there.
Are they poisonous spiders?
All spiders are poisonous. You know this, Vinay. You know this from your own Hindu religion. What is your Hindu flood that's like Earl's?
Say that again?
The Hindu flood. You came running in to tell us that every religion had a
I just know that there was a flood, like in the
I feel
start
like
of the
you've
world.
studied Hindu maybe a tiny bit more than the rest of us.
Yeah, most likely.
Your parents have done a very bad job of keeping the
Terrible job.
traditions alive.
Terrible job. I love hamburgers.
That's wrong. Cheeseburgers. Why would you have a hamburger when you just slap some cheese on it?
I don't like the dairy.
When I see people and everyone's like cheeseburger, niche, I have a hamburger, everyone just looks at them like, what the fuck are you doing? Put some
Disgusting.
cheese on it.
Cheese all the way.
Yeah, and banana.
No.
Have a banana burger.
Bananas and pajamas. They're making poor Earl sick. I'm going to put banana juice on your fucking seat, too, to see if your ass starts to itch.
Oh my!
Are you allergic to anything else, Earl? You have like the weakest stomach
I have
of anyone
the
I know.
weirdest stomach ever.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Food could eat through your stomach lining.
Yeah. Well, the stomach, the ulcers are finally.
They're okay now.
Yeah, like they're like the lining's finally like.
The O&A ulcers, as you used to call them.
No, I had horrible eating habits.
Pussy. You never did, right? That's something that you wouldn't do.
Well, I'm open.
Your pussy's open?
No.
I'm very confused. You know that there was a guy in Philly that had a cartoon show, and he called himself Captain Noah, and he fucking said that it was his ark, and then he would show us cartoons. That seems blasphemous, doesn't it? Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He was a big deal down there.
Probably.
Send your pictures to dear old Captain Noah. He'd be singing. He had a wife. I think her name was Mrs. Noah. The whole thing was fucking crazy. A guy on an ark showing us fucking cartoons with puppet animals. Maybe that's how they got out there. Most of the animals were puppets. Or else how would we have puppets today? It would have been wiped clean. Are you looking it up? There he is. That's him.
It's like a PBS show.
No, it was like regular fucking TV. It came on early.
Way back there in 1853.
Turn it up louder.
A fellow by the name of George Crumb, Native American, chief of the Adirondacks tribe, up there in Saratoga Springs, New York, opened up a summer hotel, called it the Moon Lake House Hotel. Worked the kitchen with his wife, who was a waitress, and one of their first really great guests was Commodore
Look at the way he's dressed.
Cornelius
Like he's a train conductor.
He never liked what he got in his French fries. Always thought his French fries.
It was a weird show.
This is a Philly show?
Yeah. Philly, for some reason, would never just show you a cartoon. There had to be an adult there fucking talking away. There was a million of them.
I think it's a PA thing because Pittsburgh had Mr. Rogers.
Well, everybody had Mr. Rogers.
No, but it was filmed. It was filmed in Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah, but that was part of the he didn't act like we're here in Pittsburgh today. He was living in Mr. Rogers' world. Did you ever go visit him?
No, I think he died like early.
Yeah. Do you hear how he was killed?
How?
Murdered by Hindus. You never bring that up though when the shit goes down.
Unwritten part of history.
What do you do for do you have like a chapel of some kind of church?
There's a few temples. There's like a Buddhist temple, which is not the same, but
it's not the same at all.
But it's the same vibe, kinda.
No, that's like saying, I want to go to McDonald's. Great, I'll take you to Chick-fil-A. It's a different fucking deal.
Well,
so your parents never took you anywhere?
No, Pittsburgh had like a large like Hindu population.
Everywhere has a large Hindu
population. No, but like Pittsburgh has like one of the biggest. So they had like this big temple, and they made me go every Sunday. And at first I was like, "This is not for me. Stupid." Then I was like, "Okay."
Now I like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I need some stability.
And where are you on it now?
There's one in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an hour and a half train, which is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
So I go when my dad's in town.
Oh, yeah. Act like you're there all the time?
Yeah.
With him, you can take an Uber. Like, hey, that's how I travel around town. Doing great. Comedy's really paying off. Chris, we need to take a break or we just...
We should take a break.
I wanted to... Hold on, Vinay. I wanted to tell you something it's about Dish, because I know that you're a big football fan. You're a Steelers fan, right?
Sure.
That's your team. You're part of the Steelers Nation.
Steelers Nation.
Yeah. Who's your quarterback?
Ben Roethlisberger.
All right. Steelers Nation.
Steelers Nation.
You want to catch all the NFL live action highlights and touchdowns every Sunday afternoon? Want all that glorious football action without paying extra? Dish has heard your need for more NFL football and a bill that doesn't change. That's why Dish gives you a 2-year price guarantee and 1 season of NFL Red Zone from the NFL Network at no additional cost. It's about time you get all the Sunday afternoon football you want without paying extra. Dish listens. That's how they stay tuned into you. 2-year price guarantees apply to core programming and certain fees. Requires credit qualification, and 2-year commitment. NFL Red Zone and multi-sport package included, with packages starting at $69.99 at no additional cost through January 2nd, 2019. Other restrictions apply. To learn more, dial 1-844, call DISH, visit dish.com, or find a local retailer near you.
Bennington Show will be right back. This Tuesday, October 9th, Ellie Kemper is going to be here at 11:30 for an Unmasked hosted by Ron Bennington. Go to theibank.com right now for your chance at free tickets. This is Faction Talk 103. It's the Bennington Show.
It is the Bennington Show. Why do we put so much emphasis on show?
It's something I started doing early, and it was a nice little lead-in.
I know, but don't you think it would be nicer to put the emphasis on the Ben? Try it that way.
Okay. The Bennington Show. No, I don't do show.
No, it's got to do, yeah.
Okay.
Ben goes real long.
Okay. The Bennington Show.
Oh.
I just feel weird rushing out of the show.
Yeah, well, you don't have to rush out of the show.
Okay.
We'll try it again.
Okay. The Bennington Show.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. Bum, bum. I think we're on to something. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 doom. Why does, I said this is on the iBang. Chris, you sent this. Why does Cornell University claim dating apps are racist?
So they did research into dating apps and found that the dating apps that let you choose like what your preference is, like I want to be matched with I don't know, Middle Eastern, white, black, whatever, that leads to it leads to people not wanting to date other people. And then other dating apps, if you swipe right on more white people, let's say, then they'll start giving you more white people than minority people as options for people you can.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's up to you. People have a preference. You know what I mean? There's only one thing that's universal, and that's Asian girls. 100% of people want to be with Asian girls, including white girls and black girls.
Yeah, so yeah, they're calling for all dating apps and websites to no longer give you people the option of.
All right, well, then let's not gays. They have to go through a lot of women then. You know what I mean? Lesbians have to look at a lot of dudes. It doesn't make sense. Let the people fucking chase their own freak.
I think you're allowed to have preferences. Like, so I don't think it's racist to just say you don't like you're not attracted to a certain thing. Like, I'm fat. I don't get bent out of shape when somebody says they're not attracted to fat people. It's the same thing. You're into what you're into.
Sorry, buddy.
No, I didn't mean that in a negative. But
I meant going by your dating life.
Oh, yeah.
You ever think of that when you're having a jelly donut? Like,
yeah, when I'm wiping it off my mouth.
Like, I could be with a girl right now.
But that jelly's mad good.
Oh, man, it's fucking real good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. Everything's good. I mean, when you think about it, it's all fucking tastes pretty good. Do you find any of that racist? Like, if I know you only like white women.
It doesn't matter to me anymore.
Well,
if it ever did.
You're past that. You're fucking so woke, you're improved.
No, I mean,
then would you go out with a guy?
No.
Then you have preferences.
No.
So stop acting like you're better than us.
I didn't say that at all. I'm just saying, like, people have tastes and preferences, and like some people like, some guys like full-figured women, and they go after full-figured women.
What are you saying? Flat girls are fucking nasty? Because that shit's... You're getting old-fashioned there. People love flat girls now. Love them.
And fit girls are big right now.
I'm a fit girl, and it's gone too far. You know one thing. Earl likes that money. Gotta get paid.
And there are some apps I think that lets you say like how much money the person makes.
Well, there's certain apps that are geared towards like
That's
rich
prostitution apps. But like, here's the thing: Chris wasn't looking for a Costa Rican, but it was this one girl that was like, "Oh, but now I bet you're looking at a lot of Costa Rican women."
Oh yeah, you got
like her sisters.
What? No, I had to look. But sure, I'll look at other.
Did she have a big family?
On one side, yeah.
What do you mean on one side?
Well, actually, no. Yeah, she does have a big family. I don't know what the hell that even meant.
I wasn't asking about her cousins.
Yeah, she has a big family.
How many? Would she have brothers and sisters? What?
2 brothers and a sister.
What are the brothers like this? Hey, what's this gringo doing in here, man? Doesn't he have the friend who's allergic to our national fruit, banana?
I have not met them.
Oh, you haven't met them yet,
No.
huh? You're gonna fucking cut you up, homie.
Hope not.
Is that how they talk, though?
No, that's not very accurate.
Your girlfriend talks like that. Chris, get in here, man. Keep your fucking head down.
Yeah, when I was on dating apps, I didn't pick any preference. I just did 18 to 42. That was the only preference I had.
You told me 15.
Oh,
That's not possible. B, I would never do that. 15-year-olds shouldn't be on dating apps, Vito.
I heard that's why you started smoking those jewels, so you can pick up young girls who also like to jewel with you.
I picked up the jewel smoking when I was in a relationship. Also, the jewel headquarters just got raided by the feds.
Really?
Yeah, they raided him and confiscated apparently over 1,000 pages of documents. Is what I'm hearing. I think it's
Holy
because
shit.
yeah. So I think the feds are trying to say that they're marketing specifically towards teenagers, whereas Juul's their official line is no. This is just something people use to stop smoking, and adults also.
Look, when they came out with this, you want to look cool? Look, Juul. Juul, it'll clean up your acne. Juul. Juul, it's what the Ninja Turtles smoke. Remember, I think it was the 80s where they had Joe Camel, just a fun cartoon camel smoking up.
A really fun, cool camel. Like Joe was doing all sorts of cool shit while he was smoking a cigarette.
Cigarette ads really worked on me as a kid. Like, I would see cigarette ads, like Newport ads used to be just like people going like on camping adventures and shit.
Yeah, of course.
And Joe Camel always looked like a badass dude that I just wanted to hang out with.
Joe Camel, he's cool, everybody. Now, there used to be TV commercials for cigarettes, and there would literally be doctors on there telling you how good it was for you.
That's ridiculous.
Sometimes you need to relax.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah.
I'm stressed
Thanks,
out.
doctor. So filters help, do they? Mm.
I shouldn't be smoking unfiltered cigarettes.
Isn't it weird, like, how much all the big marketing age was like the 50s. That's when the brands were like really created. And they had to do all that without any fucking internet. You know what I mean?
It's shocking.
Just know, like, they were just as broad-based as possible.
I guess it was just straight
TV
billboard.
and billboards. How do you know if a billboard is working? Well, there's a billboard over there.
Guess I should buy that thing on that billboard.
I mean, I imagine it has. We've been doing it. People go like, no one pays attention to celebrities and ads. I go, really? Because they seem like they keep doing it. There's got to be some research.
Dude, I never thought car commercials would work because like you're gonna go buy the car you want to get.
Not necessarily. The reason that you think you want to get it is a lot of it has to do with marketing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you see like the car looks cool in the commercial.
Or just like that's the name that you know. Like if I said to you now, name an insurance company.
Oh, Geico.
And yet Geico is a fairly new thing. I mean, Allstate has been around forever. But the fact that Geico just slammed us over the last 15 years or so. I mean, they're just constant. So we just go Geico. Geico. That's my thing. People go like this. You want to get some Geico for that car? So that's the problem. It gets a place in your head, right? And you don't know how it got there. You don't know whether you preferred that car. Like, what's a car? If you think about a car now, what do you think of?
Chevy.
What do you think of, Chris?
Ford.
Caddy.
I think of Tesla now. Tesla's been the only thing that people are talking about. Tesla seems to go, and I'm like, I wonder if I'd want a Tesla. I don't know why. What do I fucking give a fuck? But I think it just gets into your head. Now, a lot of times with cars, you did it because your dad did. But look at Coke and Pepsi. There's no reason to pick a Coke or a Pepsi. They're the same fucking thing. But why isn't there another one besides them? Why have they edged out anyone else? Chris, you were just saying that Viagra, what happened with them?
Okay, so Pfizer's patent on Viagra has just like run out. So now
You can only hold a patent for so long, you're saying.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, Viagra jokes were done for, I guess, from what, the 80s on?
I think for whenever Viagra was created, yeah.
It just seemed like every late night joke would do Viagra.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough to get that out of people's heads for a fucking boner pill.
Yeah, and now there's like multiple different apps or companies, whatever you want to call them, that are now shilling basically generic Viagra. And then there's ads on on trains all the time. There's like one's called Hims, one's called Roman, and there's another one called like Blue Chew, I think.
Blue Chew.
It's just like there's tons.
That's just a rip-off of Viagra right there. It's almost like a nickname.
It's like edible Viagra is what they're selling.
Well, all Viagra is edible.
I guess so. Yeah, that's.
I think he meant chewable.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's what he means. For children, it's chewable Viagra for the kids. Now, here's the only difference. I think that if you could get Viagra over the counter and not go through a doctor, that would be a way to bypass. But once you're going to a doctor, it's kind of up to him what you're taking. Not
Exactly, yeah.
more than you.
Blue Chew is like you go online and you get prescribed over the phone to it, and then you could just order it.
They're trying to disrupt the pharmacy industry, and they're
Yeah.
also selling like Propecia and like other like generic pills for men.
Oh, you really did get banana pony.
Yes, I did. I thought you guys deserved some today.
No, Earl is really allergic to it, for real.
I've never had banana pudding.
Would it be what?
Not ever.
You live in New York. Earl, can you be in the same room of it?
I don't know. I'll be fine. I just can't eat it.
Let me just put a little bit on your tongue.
No.
Why would you do this, Chris? You take it a bit and you made it real. Hey, Jim. Jim, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Ronnie B. You were just talking about Geico. Geico's actually been around quite a long time. You really actually made your own point because it's been around since the 40s. It's
Yeah, wasn't it like a military thing or something?
Yeah, government and employee insurance.
And then it got bought by, what's his name, the rich guy?
Who's that, the AIG guy?
Yeah, whatever the rich guy's name, and he lives in Nebraska.
Warren Buffett?
Yeah.
Oh, Warren Buffett, yeah.
And I think they bypass like insurance men. And you just get it online.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're exactly right. It's all about the marketing. Because without that little stupid gecko, who would have known about it?
And I mean, they've done a bunch of different things, over the years. But I think they've done more marketing than anybody.
Yeah,
I like banana pudding.
It's really good. I don't even like banana that much, but I like this. I've been grossed out by banana for my entire life.
Why?
I don't know. The smell always grossed me out. But I'm liking this.
It's delicious. It's banana pudding.
Maybe you'd like to try some banana again.
Just jump back into the banana pool.
You got banana all over your beard.
Oh, no. This is what I think about when I think about being alone.
This tastes better than a girlfriend, doesn't it?
Oh, fuck yeah. It's got bread in it.
How did Vito handle himself with the new boss meeting?
Surprisingly well.
Surprisingly.
Ouch.
That's what I don't want to hear.
No,
How about Earl?
Earl was a little quiet, but when he talked, he was good.
You like being quiet in a crowd, don't you, Earl?
I'd listen, and then I try to react. If they ask me a question, I answer it. But I prefer to listen.
It ain't the cops, it's co-workers.
That's how conversations work. You listen, and then when it's your turn to talk, you speak.
Some people can't stand that. They want to talk the whole fucking time.
No, you tell me.
They don't want to stop talking.
No, you want.
They just keep going and going and going.
I think you're doing.
It's a way I'm proving. No, I want you guys to be honest. How did Chris do? Be honest.
Chris, he had his paper.
Mm-hmm.
It was clean. That was a good step up. He did.
He came in with a paper.
I had a clipboard.
He had a whole
some notes.
He had a whole
No,
clipboard.
you-
He's lost many times too.
You go to all my interviews. You ever see me sit there with a fucking clipboard?
No, never.
You know why?
Why?
Yeah. Look at this. Kavanaugh won't return to Harvard teaching amid outcry. There's a lot of people. But he still might become a Supreme Court judge. It's harder to get into Harvard than it is the Supreme Court. Fucking funny. All right, Vito, you said there's something you wanted to ask us, right?
Yeah, so I got some friends who moved here from California, and we were talking about growing up. Some like rumors we heard about celebrities as a kid. And it got me thinking, like, how as a kid do you hear this weird rumor that people all over the country your age did before even the internet where you could share ideas? So we all heard the same rumor that the singer Sierra went on Oprah and talked about being a hermaphrodite and had a penis. And we all vividly remember this rumor being a thing. But how did we all think it just separately?
Now, I remember, you know the girl who's in the movie Halloween is coming back?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
The fucking story was that her mom was on that show, and her mom was in the movie The Birds and all that kind of shit. Her mom was on Oprah and said that Jamie Lee Curtis was a hermaphrodite. And when I was new into radio, my producer handed me that fucking thing and said she talked about her daughter being a hermaphrodite. So I take the note. I'm like, your daughter, you said on Oprah your daughter was hermaphrodite? She was fucking furious with me. And my producer would not drop it and swore that it was true.
Yeah, and it's just something that people hear all over, but it's like there's a ton of them. I
But
remember
they're always the same thing. Like they did Alice Cooper stories that later became Marilyn Manson stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's these weird things that I heard about Alice Cooper first. Like we're not going to go along any further with this concert unless you stomp on these little baby chicks. And then later, I heard the same thing about Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, it evolves. And then like you see like scams and stuff evolve that way too, like internet scams. It started with like a letters and then it moves into emails and then
Right.
it moves into text. But then there was like another weird one that my friend had where it was when we were kids that The Rock had bought the rights to the cartoon Johnny Bravo and was going to be playing a live action Johnny Bravo.
That one kind of makes a little sense. Hey, Eric in New York. Eric.
Hey, Ron. I think the actress you're talking about is Janet Leigh.
Janet Leigh,
Curtis.
yes. That's Jamie Lee Curtis's mom. But apparently, according to her rage, never went on Oprah and said this about her daughter.
But how does that spread? If like it's because I get now it's like you just share like a tweet and then like people see it that way. But
Yeah.
how does it like just get around to just like before the internet?
Well, before the internet, they said that street jokes, a lot of it had to do with salesmen. Particularly Wall Street guys would be on the phone calling around and they would offer a joke. You know what I mean? Like, hey, have you heard this one, Bob? So gossip probably traveled the same way. Now, how kid gossip traveled, I believe is cousins. I believe that there's a network of cousins that swipes around like that.
The one I always heard was the Richard Gere had a hamster in his asshole, which, if you think about it, is totally insane. But I believed it.
That rumor went back and forth. Richard Gere has never once even brought it up. And it's been like 37 years or something. And what that rumor did, there was a very well-known announcer, a news announcer in Philadelphia, that people spread that same fucking rumor about. And he ended up leaving Philly and he went on to kind of a national career doing different kind of stuff. I don't want to bring in his name up because Like you said, it's a ridiculous thing. Nobody would fucking do it. No one would do this. And yet people will then swear, no, my uncle's best friend was working at the EMT and he saw the little legs sticking out. You know what I mean? It's insane. Here was one when I was a kid that I heard about Rod Stewart and a different time, Elton John. And that's that they blew an entire soccer team and there was so much cum in their stomach, they had to be rushed to the hospital to get the cum pumped, right?
Yeah, I heard that one in high school, but it was Bon Jovi.
See? It goes by who's ever hot at the time.
Lil Kim, I heard, had the same thing happen to her.
Mick Jagger.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know if there is enough cum to make a person have to, you know what I mean? Like you would probably, whatever liquid that you would ingest it, you would just puke up. But there probably is not enough cum to send you to the hospital. I had heard that Earl was allergic to banana pudding.
This is not a rumor. That is stone cold fact.
There was one that it's not a celebrity one, but I found out it was just like somebody mentioned to me as an adult, and I remembered hearing it as a kid, and then found out that it was actually extremely racist.
Okay.
It was that Asian girls had sideways vaginas.
Yes, that's extremely racist. And yes, I remember hearing it about a certain person that was Asian in my town.
But I heard somebody say it as an adult. Do you remember a kid saying that? I was like, yeah.
This was a kind of thing that went around, and I heard it with Eddie Murphy, and then I think I heard it with Mike Tyson. But the bit was Murphy was getting on an elevator, and there was two white women there, and he was getting on with his two trained dogs. As he got on the elevator, he said, "Sit." And the two white women immediately dropped to their asses, right? And then later they were set roses and champagne with the whole thing. Mr. Murphy says he hasn't laughed that hard. It was always this nice, sweet, like Eddie or Mike Tyson or whoever the black celebrity was really enjoyed your fear of him. Earl, you got any more like that?
Well, I remember when what's his name? Is it Teddy Pendergrass when he had the car crash?
Yeah.
They said that he was in a car with a woman who was not a woman.
I heard that was news.
That was news.
Yeah.
Because I just heard he was driving. He was just alone, and I always heard it was like, well, he was with a transsexual.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was true.
That's the way I heard it.
That's the way I heard it too. Yeah. Yeah, he was with the
Because I always heard he was just by himself.
Look it up on Snopes. And Earl, I had always heard that you couldn't read or write.
Do both.
But not the way we do. Randy in Atlanta.
Hey, Ron. Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Cool, man.
Hey, I just want to, unless I'm wrong, and this is about the birds, it was Tippi Hedren, not Janet Leigh, and she's Melody Griffin's mother.
Yeah. Janet Leigh is, what's her name's mother?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Right, but I heard you guys talk about the bird. She was in the bird.
I get really confused by who's in which, too.
Yeah,
good call. You know what?
Tippi Hedren.
Pretty good prize closet, no matter how the confusion went around. You deserve it. These guys are afraid to correct me.
I have fear.
Did you find it on Snopes?
I'm not seeing it on Snopes. There's a Huffington Post article saying that, yeah, there was a prostitute in there with him.
Was it a trans prostitute?
No, just a regular prostitute, according to Huffington Post, but I'm looking through Snopes.
What do you mean regular, you fucking transphobic prick?
A cisgendered prostitute. I think that's the right term.
And then there's the one everybody knows about, the Mikey from Life cereal died because he mixed Pop Rocks and Coca-Cola.
That is true.
I was just staring at it.
Yeah, like, what? Ryan in Wisconsin.
Yeah, how about
Phil Collins song in the air tonight that he witnessed the older man drowning a kid?
Yeah. I've fucking heard that before.
That's not true?
Mm-mm. Why would he just watch somebody drowning and then sing a fucking song that said, if I saw you drowning, I wouldn't let a hand? I think he tried to keep it quiet. Ron on Baltimore.
Hey, I heard one back in the days that after Joe Pesci and Goodfellas, he got all that, hey, the real mob guy, how realistic he is. And he went into a bar or something in Brooklyn, and there were some real mob guys in there or something. And he was joking around with them, acting like a Italian mobster. And he told him to stop, and he kept doing it. And apparently some guy knocked him out and then kicked him out of the bar. And then apparently it was like covered up.
Yeah, it would be easy to knock out Joe Pesci. He's a tiny little guy. Well, that would not be difficult. Zach, what's up?
Growing up, the rumor I always heard was that Marilyn Manson had like 2 of his bottom ribs removed and stuck his own dick. I'm just wondering if anybody else heard that one too.
I heard it, but I swear to you, it wasn't Manson, and I can't think of who it was right now.
I heard Marilyn Manson as a kid.
Now, Manson would probably hear that and just be like fucking loving it. You know what I mean? Like thinking it was hilarious. Here is John in Buffalo.
Hey, Ronnie B. I heard the one you talked about with Eddie Murphy, but I heard it was Lionel Richie. And I heard his dog's name was Lady, and he said, "Down, Lady," and the lady in the elevator went down, and it was like the flowers and all afterwards, but a little different than what you said.
Here's the thing. Who would be afraid of Lionel Richie? That's the thing.
He's like the king of smooth.
Yeah. Lionel Richie looks exactly like it's fucking
1984.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. Here's Jesse in Canada.
Ronnie B.
Yes.
Do you hear Mike likes it died from eating Pop Rocks?
I heard he ate poop cocks. And I don't know whether that's true or not. Ooh. Jesus, that's a lot of sets. Friday night, I'm going to be at the Pussycat, then the Underground, then McDougal. Oh, you got to come down sometimes. Tom of Virginia.
Yeah, what about, do you remember when John Riggins was at that political party fancy dinner and he said, "Chill out, Sandy baby," to Sandra Day O'Connor?
I think that did happen, though.
Was that I think that was like the White House reception.
Yeah, when they all went there, he got drunk off his ass. But why would she be there?
He's a Redskins fan.
A lot of those people are Redskins fans, which is hilarious to me since they come from all different states. Why would they get around to loving the Redskins? It's very weird. Here is Jim and Okie. Jim.
Hey, what about the old Rod Stewart rumor where he's backstage with the Rolling Stones and his band and ends up going to the hospital getting his stomach pumped for having a gallon of cum in it?
Now, who all came in him? The Rolling Stones?
They're saying the whole. I always heard it was both bands, just everybody. But he was so insatiable with dick and cum that he just fucking went to town.
Charlie Watts is not going to get his penis sucked by Rod Stewart. And who was Rod? Wasn't his drummer the guy from Vanilla Fudge?
Carmine Appice.
Yeah. I think it worked for him for a long time. Carmine Appice is not going to get his dick sucked. Here is Jim. Jim in D.C.
Hey, Ronnie. I don't know if you guys already covered this one, but the Richard Gere dribble thing, I heard Stallone started that rumor to piss off Gere for some reason.
Stallone isn't smart enough to start that rumor.
Fair enough.
And who would know that a rumor would take off like that? But I always think it's interesting for all these years that Gere's never said, what a ridiculous thing I had to deal with. I guess he just thought boys don't like me. Just like when we heard, like I heard it about Bon Jovi. You know what I mean? It's just something to shut the girls up about liking someone. Here is Dave. Dave, what's up?
Yeah, hi, Ronnie, big fan. Did you hear about, I think there's a picture of it, too. You can Google it. They put it in a book, Marlon Brando sucking, I think, Wally Cox's penis.
Well, I know that he and Wally Cox were roommates when they were younger.
Yeah. Well, it might have been a Polaroid. And they, I think after he died, 2005, 2006, published a book, put the picture in the book, and then I think it's like they quoted Roddy McDowell, the gay actor, saying, if you were in Paris, France, you could buy that picture itself in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, but I mean,
stuff
look
like
at
that. You can Google it. It's there.
I see a penis, but it looks far too large for anything that Wally Cox would be packing. Look at the depth on that penis, let alone to say that doesn't look like Brando to me. Now, I have heard that Brando was with men and women, and it doesn't surprise me. He was an artist. But I don't think that's Wally Cox's penis.
It looks a little too dark, too.
Yes, dark and thick and girthy. But, Wally Cox was kind of a nerdy guy. And to think that he and Brando had, hung out together. Well, they were young guys that needed roommates. I don't know how close they were. Maybe they were very close. Here's fucking thing every day. Here's Chris in New Hampshire.
Hey, Roddy B, hold on a second. I got to put down my banana pudding.
Oh, I just finished mine too.
Yeah, good with Nilla wafers. Hey, when I was in junior high or middle school down in Tennessee, there was a rumor about a girl who was experimenting with masturbating with a hot dog, and it broke off inside her.
Yeah.
And she had to go to the doctors. Well, I ended up moving up north, and there was the same rumors in the school up here too. So that poor chick who caught with that rumor was pretty. It was pretty awful for her, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's what they would do. There would always be a rumor about some girl for no apparent reason except for the people who are trying to just think about her and get her attention. Bo, what's up?
What's happening, Mr. B?
Hey, man.
Hey, how come nobody's mentioned the story about Stevie Nicks getting cocaine blown up her ass because her nasal cavity was destroyed?
Because I don't know whether that was truth or a rumor, but I do remember hearing that. And I always said I would love to be the guy who had the job to blow coke into her ass.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Here comes old Anal Joe.
I heard the same rumor, by the way.
You are the same rumor. You know that thing on Thursday I'm doing?
Yes.
Why are they contacting me directly and leaving you out of it?
I don't know,
The
because
people who run this thing. I got to do a talk with them. They said you're fucking. Here's what it says. Since your producer is useless, I'd like to get together with you to speak a couple details. Please pass this on to his new boss.
God, they know I have a new boss.
I wrote back to him. I said, are you available to do a 3-way conference call with me?
Jesus, no.
There was a girl in my elementary school who had a rumor started about her that she was fingering herself in class, and then they pulled all the boys in and yelled at us and said that she was just having cramps and putting pressure on her waist.
Why would they even fucking have to go
I don't know why they told us that.
Oh, I don't know what. I mean, there's so much wrong with young kids.
Yeah.
So much wrong. Brian, Georgia. Georgia!
Yo!
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Hey.
What's happening?
What do you got for us?
Avril Lavigne and Adam Levine are sister and brother and lovers. And there's a wild rumor that Pee Wee Herman jerked off in a theater.
Well, that one was true. That made the papers. But I'd never heard the Levines.
No.
There's also a rumor about Andrew WK that Andrew WK is a doppelganger, or not doppelganger, but they just hire guys that look like him, and Andrew WK is just a concept, and they just hire guys that look like the guy, like him, and have him go out.
You know
and
who's done
perform.
that though? Andy Warhol did it in his life, and Kinnison's brother used to call radio shows as him.
That's wild.
When he could nail Sam.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna be coming to, he's doing the whole fucking thing. Make sure everybody comes out. The way that you knew that it was his brother is that he could fucking plug good. Tony in Ohio.
Hey, Ron. The Eddie Murphy story I heard was he got on the elevator with his bodyguards and said hit the floor, meaning push the button on the elevator, and they dropped to the floor. And then he said, give me your wallets. They gave him the wallets, and then they went to the concierge afterwards, and then that's when he comped everything for the...
Now, why would he take their wallets, though? He's not a fucking terrible person, and he knows that he could go to jail for that. Did you guys see the thing that they're setting up a possible biopic about George Carlin with the guy from Moneyball writing it?
Sorkin?
Sorkin did not write Moneyball.
Oh, the book.
I'm fucking totally confused.
The book.
All he did was try to throw out the thing. The main fucking part of this is
Bennett
Carlin.
Miller?
Yes.
Bennett Miller's doing he directed Moneyball, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I never said directed. I said writ. Chris, you're the only one who wasn't annoyed me with this, so I want to throw another one to you. This everything sounds like rumor now, but did a Dunkin' Donut employee pour water on a homeless man?
Yeah, it was really quite ridiculous that this fucking Dunkin' Donuts employee was so annoyed with this homeless person that they're dumping water on them. It's an awful, awful thing. And the video's up on the Interrobang.
He's just trying to get a little nap in at a Dunkin' Donuts. Those things are open 24/7 sometimes.
Let me see this.
My local Dunkin' Donuts is filled with a lot of homeless people.
Mine too. And I go like this. Hey, you can also get ice cream here.
Hey, there's Baskin Robbins right next to the door.
They share.
It's like Pizza Hut,
What are
Pizza
you
Hut,
doing,
Taco Bell.
bro? Dickhead Dunkin' Donuts employee? That's really going out of your way.
It's a World Star video.
World start up. Give me volume to it.
You want to sleep? How many times I gotta tell you to stop sleeping in here, my nigga? You hear all day, you have enough time, man. How many times the customers and the people gonna tell you to stop sleeping in here? No, that was no accident, bro. You know I'm not playing with you. I ain't gonna call the cops on you like I said. You gonna get out of here. Yo, this nigga just poured mad water on it. My nigga shy of fool, God.
That's so sad.
It's really sad. Makes Dunkin' Donuts employees look like garbage.
Why would you even want that to go out, Chris?
I just want to shine a light on the homelessness problem.
Oh, you would have done that.
It sounds like you're on the side of the Dunkin' Donuts employee when you put it like that.
I'm not.
Oh, when you said shine a light, we thought meant in a positive way.
Is the water hot or cold?
Oh, Earl, why do you got to worry about those details? Who throws hot water on someone? Quasimodo? You fucking throw cold water to wake somebody up.
That's assault, is hot water.
That's fucking assault, brother. Oh, they burned your skin off. If Earl, you were sleeping in here, we throw banana pudding on you. So you haven't felt sick from having banana pudding in the room. Tomorrow we'll get it closer and closer until finally it's on your tongue.
No, it's not going to make my
And then
tongue.
we'll put that shit on World Star.
Hell yeah.
Motherfucker got banana pudding on himself. Bob, you're on the Bennington Show.
Big ass Cardo to talk to everybody. Hey, old school.
Yeah.
I had heard at least from two different people the story of Bill Murray going up to somebody in a diner, grabbing one of their French fry, dipping it in the ketchup, and going, "No one's ever going to believe you," and then walking away.
Now, did they say it happened to them?
No, it's always like a cousin or they went to college with somebody. It's always the most bullshit thing you've ever heard.
Yeah. And yet, you hear it enough that you think it actually happened.
I hope it happened.
We all hope it happened.
I definitely repeat it like it happened.
My favorite thing is if I heard that Bill Murray was starring in a good movie. Luke in New York.
Hey, so that happened. That Dunkin' Donuts happened about 40 minutes from my house. That guy was just in there too, trying to charge his phone to call his mother's because he called it every night, and the guy threw hot water on him.
No, went on the hot water, and he had his mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Dunkin' isn't a charging station. You know what I mean?
No. That's
and if his mother loves him so much, let that homeless guy come home.
Oh, he suffers mental issues.
Yeah, I know. You could tell. I was just joking around.
He prefers to live outside. He feels more comfortable with his schizophrenia and stuff. So
That's how I feel, too. I like to be out there. I love the great outdoors, you know? Rock climbing, that's my thing. Small rock, stone climbing, really.
Okay.
Jeff, South Carolina.
South Kakalaki, first-time caller. Rumor has it Johnny Bravo was only selected because he could fit the vest. Is that true?
They're going by a different Johnny Bravo, the one that was on the Brady Bunch. And I'm not sure that was true. Patrick in Astoria.
Mr. Bennington, how are you?
Cool, man.
This one is one you don't even hear from friends. Like, it got to a point where it would go out in flyers that you take home with you from school that there was LSD laced in temporary tattoos that kids would inadvertently get.
Well, I don't know why anybody would want to waste their LSD. That's what always gets to me about this story. Ron in Baltimore.
Hey, I'd already called him before. Hey, the Bill Murray thing. I just saw an interview with him 2 weeks ago. Dude, that stuff's true. There's a documentary that somebody wrote about Bill Murray doing this type shit, and it's on Netflix. It's coming up on Netflix this month.
First of all, thanks for calling back. Second, just because something's a documentary does not make it true. Documentaries aren't truth machines. Eric, what's up?
Dick holder number 1234, buddies. There's a story I'd heard around town. Kid who grew up in Santa Claus, Indiana, went to Valparaiso, saw Jay Cutler out at a bar when he was the quarterback for the Bears. Walks up to him at the booth and says, "Jay, I'm from your hometown. I went to college, same college. I'm such a huge fan." And Jay sitting there leans back, arms up, and goes, "Don't care." And that story is something I've heard from two different people that it happened to someone they knew. So pretty sure it's not true.
Was it always Jay Cutler or was it a different person?
Always Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Jay
I think
Cutler,
it's
there's
true.
actually shirts.
I mean, from what I can see of Jay Cutler, it does seem like it's true.
It's on brand.
Yeah. Yeah, it is definitely on brand. I always thought that Jay Cutler almost had, he was on the spectrum in some side that he didn't know how to interact with people. I know that he texted his girlfriend, "Do you want to get married?" I saw that get confirmed in an interview. And the thing about Jay Cutler, he never was good enough to have this kind of behavior.
He gave up on in a playoff game. Jay Cutler's garbage.
Well, he blew his.
He was on a bike. He was fine. He could have got back into that game.
John, what's up?
Hey, buddies. I want to offer you guys a true fact, which can either turn into a rumor or American myth, if you will.
Okay.
Bill Murray, at the Steel Wheels 1989 Stones concert, muscled me out of his way at the concession stand so that he could get a Steel Wheels sweatshirt ahead of everybody else. Actually elbowed me out of the way. It was a clean check.
Now, how did you feel about it? Do you think this is cool, or were you pissed at Bill Murray?
I'm like, what the fuck? And I look up, and I had to look like a foot up.
Yeah.
And I see Bill Murray's face, like I'm not fucking playing games.
Did he say this to you? No one is
And
going to believe
I
you.
didn't say, I'm a New Yorker. I didn't say anything, but I looked at it like, all right, okay, I got you.
All right. Peace.
Yep.
Nick in Baltimore.
What's up, Ronnie B?
Yeah.
I've heard the vicious rumor that BL and Crazy Jen are the same person because they've never been in the same place at the same time.
That would mean one of them had enough talent to pretend to be another person. Andy in Chicago.
Hey, Ronnie, I was just calling back. I got cut off earlier about the banana flavor, but I heard a rumor that Chris Stanley, his money on the Cubs, is going to fucking jinx us. Is that fucking true, Stanley, you dirtbag?
He did put money down on the Cubs, didn't you, Chris?
Yeah, I put him down to win the whole thing.
God damn it.
I'm going to break Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington. Ellie Kemper Unmasked. That's happening next Tuesday, October 9th at 11:30 a.m. at the SiriusXM studios. Go to theinterrobang.com for a chance at free tickets to Ellie Kemper Unmasked.
Who's this Ellie Kemper you keep talking about, Chris?
She was on The Office, and she's a star of...
Pam.
No, not Pam. No. She was Ellie was became the new receptionist after Pam.
What was her name?
April. She's also the star of Kimmy Schmidt on Netflix.
And one of your big favorite shows?
Yeah. Big fan of that show.
Well, I got the book. Quite a bit of the what about The Office.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who said what? The who's doing what?
I want to hear some dirt on Creed.
All right, this is breaking news right now. Give me the breaking news thing.
Breaking news.
What do we do on this show when we have breaking news? What do we say?
Spy report.
New York Times said that Donald Trump has engaged in dubious tax schemes and outright fraud. I don't know any of the details. I just see that breaking on 3 different channels in front of me. So what happens is I will watch 3 TV shows, and when news happens, you'll get it here first or second, right after the news channels get it.
It says he reaped riches from his father. This seems from a long time ago.
He what?
The New York Times says he reaped riches from his father.
Reaped them?
Reaped them.
Not raped, but reaped?
No, reaped. There's an E there. No rape.
I'd like to reap some riches.
Hell yeah, that sounds
from
great.
My Seagram's heir. Earlier, I pronounced it as Seagram's Earl. I've still been laughing about that.
All right, so it looks like he got, this is what the Times is saying, that he got at least $413 million from his father's real estate empire through tax dodges in the 90s.
Good for him.
That's a good amount of money.
Yeah, that's some good dough, you know?
Yeah, I mean, $500 million?
Yeah. Good for him.
He did a lot with it. And he's president. That's
paid off a lot of fucking women with that money.
Oh, yeah.
There they are in their monkey suits, the tuxes. What are they selling here? Red roast tea?
Still mad at him for what he did with the USFL.
He destroyed it.
He destroyed it. It was actually a successful league.
Yeah, it was bad news for the Tampa Bay Bandits. What were they, the New Jersey Generals?
The New Jersey Generals, yes. But they were getting all the top players for a minute.
Well, they just signed who?
It's
one of the great running backs.
It's on Herschel Walker.
All right. Well, Herschel Walker was a number 1 fucking seed to jump to them.
Jim Kelly.
Oh, that's right. Jim Kelly played in Houston.
Trying to remember was the other big signing.
Oh, they got Pam from The Office. She was a wide receiver. Very highly rated. Look, this woman is so upset she went to her glasses. I've seen her on TV a million times. I never saw her with her glasses on.
Kind of have him half...
Earl, you were the one that told me that men don't make passes like girls that wear glasses.
Did?
Yeah. I always heard it as men will eat asses of the girls who were. I don't know why that didn't catch on. Well, it's as I live and breathe. It's Mr. Hard Rock Johnny.
Hello, Bennington Show.
Johnny, what brings you back into our lives?
I've been trying to get into your lives. It's been very difficult.
What's the problem been?
I don't know. The other day I was on hold for 35 minutes, and the day before, 20 minutes. I was like, maybe Ronnie just doesn't like me.
Are you guys putting up Johnny's name? Have you been holding a long time here?
No, well, I had to, and then I had to text Earl, and then I think it got worked out. So, because you picked me up now.
Now, Earl, you're
Clearly,
sitting in here with me. You haven't seen his name go up, right?
I didn't see it. What happened was that font here was pushed up over the 12.
Oh!
Oh, it's the old font routine.
Here's what's been happening, my friend. There's 12 lines, and what he's saying, only 11 lines are seen.
And
you were on the
12th line.
Yeah, the 12th line. So if you ever have that problem again, just call in at the regular 844 Rock Guy. But I know you like to feel like a big deal. But, you know, we used to have, maybe it was in the other radio stations where a light would go off. It was a
strobe light.
Yeah. Because this is the PD is telling you, stop it. Stop shaving people's crotches and go back to being fun, not fucking dark.
Say a twofer.
You don't. So, Johnny, we apologize for all the troubles that we've had.
It's fine. I was very sad.
Why do you leap it that I don't like you? Why wouldn't you think maybe there's something wrong with the font?
You know, the font was the last thing I thought of.
By the way, does the PD, the new boss, know about the font, Chris?
He's going to find out about the font.
Yeah, he better. He better find out about your little fontanelle, that soft spot that I'm threatening to put my thumb in.
Oh, God.
I think bosses are
Have you ever touched the baby's fontanelle, that soft spot?
No.
I can't take my hands off of it. I'm just always pushing, like, will it pop if I go far enough? It's because the skull needs to grow more.
Got to shape the head.
Yeah. So the brain's pushing. You don't want to be like Jiffy Pop where it just fucking explodes off the top of the head. For Johnny, for a guy who couldn't get on the show, you don't seem to have a goddamn thing to say. What's going on? What's the news? I should have a lot of it.
The news is that you really think that what just breaking news you just had come out is going to make a difference to anything in the world. Let's start with that.
Absolutely.
No, it will.
People are going to turn around and go, what the heck is going on there? What kind of man is this?
Yeah, sure. Made all the difference in the world for everything he did. So the base is still going to love him. That's all that matters.
Johnny, why are you trying to divide this country? And why are you trying to define white people?
I am not defining anybody. I'm not a definer.
Are you saying you don't want any white people coming into your restaurant? Would that be the way it goes?
Love all, serve all. We love them all. We serve them all. Don't have any restrictions on anybody.
What about pornographers? Do you serve them?
I
didn't mention the age group, Johnny. I did not mention the age group.
Yes. So I guess we'd have to draw a line somewhere.
Thank you.
Love all, serve all, but young pornographers?
I like beer. I like it. I like the way it tastes. But in the back of my throat when it's going down so fast. I like the shotgun of beer.
It was the weirdest stuff I've ever heard.
We're nuts. Johnny, rather than act like one side of the country is better than the other side, let's just admit that this whole fucking shithouse is about to pop.
I think you are right.
Yeah.
It is.
Now, Earl was telling me the big problem, the white man. The white man is the devil.
Never said anything of the sort.
Well, you're missing the easy picture then, Earl.
I don't know. I mean, yesterday, didn't he mention blue-eyed soul? Like, trying to divide.
That really is trying to divide us.
No, it's just a term. It's a
bad. I could give you another term. And it hurts, Earl.
Yeah, that was kind of hurtful.
Who do you consider Blue-Eyed Soul? Like is Smokey Robinson Blue-Eyed Soul?
No.
Why?
Because he's black.
Is Daryl Hall Blue-Eyed Soul?
Yes, he is.
He doesn't have blue eyes. And he hates that term.
What if there was a black man who had blue eyes, Earl? Would that be Blue-Eyed Soul?
Does he be a black guy with blue eyes? I don't know.
Would you consider Jerry West to have been a great basketball player or a blue-eyed basketball player?
Great basketball player. He's one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
It's the logo of the NBA.
Exactly. But so why isn't he refined to blue-eyed the way that you do to white soul singers? It's not a compliment, my friend. You don't know me. Oh, the New York Times, the failing New York Times has to start more shit. Every day. You can't follow all the stories. You can't follow them all. This is probably good news for Kavanaugh.
Yeah, this will bury that lead for a while. But then the president will come out with something crazy to divert your attention from it. He'll do something like say he's in love with how him and Kim Jong-un are in love together.
Here's the thing, that went nowhere, Johnny. You know it and I know it. That one did not have wheels. Oh no.
He did try.
Yeah. He said they blew each other, I believe.
Yeah. That would probably get some attention.
I have been haunted by Earl's thing, and I think I'm about to go independent. Or what was yours? Reform Party?
Come to the Reform Party with me, Ron. Me, you, Ross Perot.
What does that mean? We have to throw liquor into the harbor?
All I know is Curtis Sliwa's daughter is a big part of the Reform Party.
I didn't know he had a daughter.
Yeah.
I thought him and that girl didn't even last that long. Is that who he had the daughter with?
I
the
think
famous wife for a while?
I'm not sure. I just know she was on the docket or whatever, and I voted for her.
The docket?
How'd she do? How'd she do in the docket?
The ballot.
Remember to check the docket when you go in.
Docket's when you're in court, you maroon.
Why don't you just say the scroll? The voting scrolls were out today. Now, we're 5 weeks out of our party, and we've done zero work because of our own Chris Stanley. And Chris, you blame it on the other people.
I'm putting blame on everyone else but myself.
Good. That's a good place to put blame. That is good.
Let's blame the font for that as well. It's a big font.
There's some small fonts.
Chris, I just want to know this. Were you the one who corrected the font?
I think Earl or Vito were the one who corrected the font.
Just now, though?
Just now.
But it took the call from Johnny or the text?
Yeah, I said I'll look into it. I looked into it. I took care of it.
3 weeks after the fact. You're bragging about it. It's like, what if you found a dead body 3 weeks late? Well, I solved the crime. I found the missing child. Guess what? Earl tells me, Johnny, that you two are night and day, and he wants you guys to sing night and day at the big Thanksgiving show. Night and day, you are the one. What did you find out about Curtis Sliwa's daughter, Earl?
He said he has 3 children, Carter, Hunter, and Anthony. But I don't say who.
I voted for a Nancy.
It's not even one of his kids.
You are a fucking Nancy.
She was on the docket.
What's Nancy Sliwa up to then?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. So you voted for somebody who wasn't even his daughter.
God damn it. I just saw Sliwa.
Another wasted reform vote.
Just, man, I'm really letting my party down.
Well, Johnny, at least we got to the bottom of the missing font.
Yes. Yeah, I feel
I hate that you fucking blamed me silently for a while.
It was. I thought it maybe because, I don't know. I didn't know what it was. I was very upset.
Well, I know that you made Fez so mad about the Notre Dame thing that time.
Yes, that's true. And, he's probably pretty happy right now with that team doing pretty well right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're having a huge year.
Yeah, I mean, and they've actually, to their credit, they've actually played a couple of good teams. So
Not only played them, fucking filleted them, Johnny. I'm going to start doing a college pregame show here on Sirius XM. Here's my fillet of the week.
unlike the number one team in the land, who's they've yet to play a game against anybody, and they're still number one. I don't understand how that all happens.
Well, they're number one because they've been number one for 17 straight years.
Right, but who have they played? Nobody.
It's the SEC. You play fucking, you play every week. You know what? They can't just go around doing, who happens to be good this year, we'll play them.
They played like Mary Hope Christian last week or something like that. I'm like,
what? But why does anyone care until the final weeks of this anyway? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you look at like a Penn State. I mean, at least they've gone out. They've played some tough games.
Yeah, but they don't always. It just happens that that the league, their league looks a little more like that this year. And Penn State lost to Iowa, so fucking play some bumps.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not Iowa, Ohio. I get those two fucking states mixed up. They're very confusing. Our Trump lawyers said that the New York Times allegations of the failing New York Times are 100% false.
Of course, it's fake news.
It's fake news.
Fake news by fake.
Yep.
There's Dave Chappelle pushing a guy right there. There's Neil deGrasse Tyson bringing his stuff. Van Jones Show. All right, Johnny, we will talk to you soon, okay, my friend?
Later, Bennington.
Hey, stay on this Chris Stanley about this fucking Thanksgiving show. It's turning into a goddamn nightmare.
We got some plans. I'm a good planner. You know that. I can produce a good show. No matter
All right, good for you. All right. But I want it better than last year's. That shit show's got to be forgotten about.
What?
Earl, I need you to bring up, as we did yesterday, a little Dusty Springfield. You know the song I want, the one I fell deeply in love with again yesterday. Brian, Panic in Detroit. What's up, buddy?
Nothing. I just wanted to talk on one of the things you just said about how the tax reform didn't go over well, with Trump. And I'm not a Trump supporter at all.
I did not. I think you must have called the wrong channel. I never said his tax reform did not go over. I said that he's New York Times said that that he made much of his fortune by his father in dodging taxes. That just came out today. It had nothing to do with his tax reform.
Okay, on the screen it showed tax reform trouble.
No, it says Trump tax trouble.
Brian, it seems like you got up itching for a bipartisan bitchin'. And I don't know enough even about any of this. I just saw something that was up there. It's really not even what we're talking about.
No. I just support Nancy Sliwa of the Reform Party. And she won. Everyone, she won. I'm not sure what she won, but she won.
And you're not even sure if she's asleep. Was that his wife?
All right, so I looked into it a little bit. He just married her last year, so it's his wife, not his daughter.
Second wife.
It's his second wife, yes. It's a brand new
So he
wife.
married his own daughter. That's what you're allegedly saying.
Yes.
Third wife.
Third wife. Well, I guess when you're riding the subways the way he has, you meet a lot of different women. Give me a little bit of Dusty Springfield. You also call that blue-eyed soul? You fucking reverse racist.
He does.
It's fantastic. Who doesn't love Dusty Springfield?
I know, but that's not the problem. The problem is you use the reverse racist saying blue-eyed soul. And it hurts me and some other white people in ways that you could never It hurts white men, Earl. Probably the thing that needs to be protected most in this country right now. This has been the worst attack on white men since Pearl Harbor.
I don't think it's been Pearl Harbor. People died in Pearl Harbor.
That's right. White men died. Navy.
I think there were some brothers who died in
Name one. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Hey, were you so excited when Tiger Woods won last week?
Yeah, it was
that
cool.
exciting?
It was a nice way to You know, the
Full circle for you?
a bit of full circle. I want to see him win another major. Came close a couple of times.
I was happy to see him win a minor. So it's all the different channels are running with this tax dodging thing, except for Neil Cavuto over there at Fox. I don't know what he's talking about. You got to put something underneath for me to read it. But the thing I like about Neil, he's a guy that you'll see walking down the street.
Really?
You won't see the other big stars. Yeah, I see him out here all the time.
I never see Shep Smith anymore.
I mean, he must have quit smoking then, huh?
That sucks.
Or you started vaping. Maybe he's like you. Maybe he's got a Juul going at all time inside.
We could be Juul bros.
I didn't know he was a smoker.
Yeah, smokes like a fucking chimney. He's a joker, he's a smoker, and he's a midnight toker. The other thing is he gets his lovin' on the run. Ooh. That your favorite fucking Steve Miller song? What is your favorite Steve Miller song right now, Earl?
Fly Like an Eagle.
Not mine. Let's go and take the money and run. Ooga.
The intro to that was always...
Matt, what's up?
Hey, long-time caller, first-time listener.
Okay, I'm glad you're finally listening. But we do appreciate your calls.
Went into a biker bar in Orlando, popped in about $6 worth of quarters in a jukebox, and played that song, Dance, Dance, Dance by Steve Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time it played, everyone's like, yeah! The second time, they were like, ha, ha, ha. About the 16th time, they pull the cord out of the jukebox, and they go, which one of you motherfuckers did this? And they all looked at us, and we got booted out of that bar.
I did the same exact prank with a little town song called Funky Town one time, where I went in and just put Funky Town in over and over and
Lips
over.
and go over it.
Until, yeah, but it wasn't a biker bar because I'm fucking sensible. But then I was one of the people yelling, who's fucking playing Funky Town over and over? You know, thus making myself look innocent. Hey, Johnny in Jersey.
Ronnie, it's Johnny Go-Go. How are you?
Oh, so you hear hard rock, Johnny. So you think, oh, it's time for all the Johnnies to come back.
All Johnnies all the time.
Okay. What's up?
I have two quick questions. One, Sebastian Maniscalco is playing Madison Square Garden, which is ridiculous. But what do you think from a consumer going to a show like that? Am I better off holding out and trying to find a smaller venue, or do I go see him in a giant arena?
Well, I'll say this. He does jump up on stage every once in a while at Gotham. But I only want to say this. If you're a big fan of his, you're getting together with all the other big Sebastian fans. It might be a lot of fun for you.
I'm not Italian, so I don't know if I actually fit in. But
so why are you such a fan of his?
I just think he's his podcast with Pete is so funny. I think they're pretty good. I think that podcast is solid. But I have a question for Bennington.
Yeah.
Do you want to give a Spy Report hint as to what's going to happen at the Hard Rock for the Thanksgiving show this year? Can you give us, the fans,
we have
a
done
little
zero
inside
work.
information?
We have done zero work. Zero.
Come on, there's got to be some plan, though.
No.
Will Gail be singing?
No, we don't even know if we're going to have music. We have nothing together. Nothing.
The Spin Doctors.
No thing at all.
A rap battle.
Okay, there'll be a rap battle. All
With
right.
sweatpants. Breakaway sweatpants.
Yeah.
Do you
All
need
right,
help?
Johnny.
Should I call Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny will be all over it.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Greg in North Carolina.
Hey guys, John Mulaney's got a great bit about playing a song over and over on jukebox. It's Tom Jones' "What's New, Pussycat." And it's a great bit if you ever want to listen to it. It's pretty good.
Are you kidding me? I'm going to listen to it as soon as this fucking show's over. Christopher, just me and you doing this thing tonight?
Yes, you and I. A duo.
I've got zero energy.
Well, let's get a bite before we have to cut it.
Do you honestly think energy comes from food?
I'm not a scientist, but I think it could help with energy.
Here's where I think energy comes from: blowing stuff off. Now, this is due tomorrow morning, right?
Yes, it's due tomorrow morning.
What time tomorrow morning?
I'm going to guess no, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Well, you say I get in here at 5 a.m. and me and you just go for it.
If that's what you prefer, I will be here at 5 a.m. But it might help to just give it a shot tonight.
I'll be here at 5 a.m. And here's the exciting thing about me.
Yeah.
My wake-up clock is in my mind.
Oh, God.
So I just go to bed going like this. 4:45.
I think if this is the new plan, I should call you to make sure you're up. Like a wake-up call.
Steve in Texas.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Ronnie, you shouldn't really be surprised that Chris hasn't done anything as far as his party goes. He lets you down all the time.
Well, I don't feel so much as he's let me down. He just doesn't care.
I care very much.
When did you tell me you were going to start putting this together?
June.
Okay.
Yeah, just
what
a
is
couple
it
months
now?
later.
Is it June?
No, it's October.
October, is that the June for Queens?
No, I think I recognize what October is as long as everyone else recognizes it.
Wake me up when September ends. Hey, Mark.
Just me?
That's you, buddy.
Hey, I was wondering, I heard you briefly mention talking about Tiger Woods a minute ago. Did you guys hear about during the Ryder Cup this past weekend where a lady caught the golf ball in the eyeball, an errant drive, and her eye supposedly exploded, they said? She's blind in that eye, and I guess is suing the PGA or something. Did you hear about that?
Well, I mean, you're going to a place that there's golf. You got to imagine that every once in a while, you are going to take a golf ball in the eye. Who are these guys? Earl?
They were here before. They all have the same T-shirt on. Seems like they're all part of the same crew.
Not exactly the Knights of Columbus.
No.
You know where I'm coming from. Wake me up when September comes. I just saw you yelling over there. You met at your crew?
I'm just venting some anger. That's all.
Yeah. When Vito runs things, he's always in a happier mood.
Yeah.
But you think it's because shit doesn't get done.
I just think maybe a little sternness could help go a long way. That's all. Just a little sternness.
Send me Vito in.
Vito, get in there.
Just a little loving early in the morning. Vito, get your fucking sleeping cap in here. Were you the one getting screamed at by him?
No, he was yelling at the interns just now.
It was to everyone.
Well, I just got back.
Hold on, let me just say this. Do you feel like he's not taking responsibility?
I feel like in this instance, no, he's not taking responsibility.
How about this? You call his new boss,
okay,
and have him run out of here. I have that card of his chopped up.
I want to fucking burn it in front of him.
It's not a draft card. Now you're saying that he's too lax on his crew?
Lackadaisical.
I don't know. When I'm in there with the interns,
You
a lot less
understand-
issues than when Chris is in there with the interns.
That is true because Chris says this, you're too lax. So there isn't any issues. But you realize in a ride or die situation, you could end up dying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody likes you. You're the fun guy. But your fucking crew.
No, but if there's mistakes in there, there's not mistakes like that when I'm in there with them. Not because I'm lackadaisical, just because.
You don't recognize a mistake. A mistake is fucking positive. Is that true, Chris?
Yeah, that's what he teaches.
But that doesn't make sense.
Things wrong.
That doesn't make sense. If there's no mistakes, they're not happening, and I'm watching it.
Well, you just consider mistakes to be not mistakes. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Things
when
go wrong, you're like, oh, that's
Can I
fine.
tell you, I would not respect a man wearing a sleeping cap.
It's a winter hat.
Do me a favor, get a picture of him for the Instagram right now. Earl, would you like to do it?
Yeah, I'll go.
Earl, where's your nice cameras? Did you get broke and sell them?
No, I got my my Leicas in the back. It's in my bag.
It's just like we hired a guy we thought was going to be like, oh, that's a good picture of him right there. But pour it to the side so we can see how sleepy Cappy it is. Yeah.
Looks like Ebenezer Scrooge if he was giant and fat.
All right, bring it over here, Earl. Let me take a look at it.
Which means I'd be Jacob Marley, I guess.
I don't know. Is this the thing the cool kids are wearing? I think I want one.
Oh, does that picture look cool, Ron?
Well, I'll say this. He's a fucking handsome man. You really have a fucking pretty gorgeous face.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Too bad he's alone. Forever.
Oh, what a lonely boy. Oh, he's laughing in your face for being lonely.
I know.
Andrew Gold?
Yeah, Andrew Gold. Was that who did that song?
I think it was Andrew Gold, yeah.
He also did Thank You for Being a Friend for you fucking guys that like, you know. We got to wrap this one up, lonely boy. I guess you're going to go home by yourself for a while?
Jack off and cry?
I'm a latchkey man. Go home and just be by myself.
Latchkey boy.
No, latchkey man.
Chris, what you're doing is called bullying.
Why?
I'm gonna send this to somebody. I'm gonna send this to somebody right after the show that we just somebody we met with today. I'm gonna send to.
There's no reason for them to hear this.
Yeah, well, the pointing, you ridiculing me, it's all going.
How about you not doing your job back here and telling the interns, oh yeah, doing bad work is good for us?
Really? I didn't even know that.
That's not
you
what
said that. Yeah.
Hey, Earl, how's it feel to be left out of the big fight?
I have no response to that.
Yeah, smart.
I was like
You stay
watching
out of
Earl do airband. He was switching. He was switching instruments.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
He's a one-man band, that fucker. And they lock him up one day. Phil's going to keep himself going. All right, anything we need to plug before we get out of here? How about the Ellie Kemper?
Ellie Kemper Unmasked. That's happening next Tuesday, October 9th at 11:30 a.m. here at the SiriusXM studios. Go to theinterrobang.com for a chance at free tickets for Ellie Kemper Unmasked.
All right, that's it. Take care, everybody. See you tomorrow.